Hey guys, back with another Maplestory video here. This time, third clear, first dreamy belt in the world. Let's get it. But I wanted to talk about this video, what we learned after 3 runs. Essentially only 10 days since the boss Lucide has been out, and we learned a ton. I want to share with you guys as much as we were able to, how we were able to change our run times from 7 minutes to 8 minutes last week down to 6 minutes, and it's the same exact team. It's all mechanics. Let's get into it. And DPS off at the start, I'll be honest, as you can see from the DPS charts, I didn't even play that well. Forgot the fair trade at the start. Something happened where, I don't know, my DPS was much less, but overall we cranked. Phase 1 is not an issue for us at all. Oh, I know why is because we had a death coming up, I think in about 10 seconds, which sort of reduced our damage a little bit. But phase 1 is business as usual for our team. We just brute force through this thing. Shell, time leap aggressively, get our defense smash 4 up again, benediction, all the buffs, all the burst, all the DPS. But I really wanted to talk about phase 2. And phase 1, we had a bishop stand on there on the statue, not an issue. But phase 2, we learned a lot. And previously our bishop was cleansing, just standing on there cleansing whenever they could randomly. And this run we had more structure to it, and it made all the difference in the world. So if you don't know, cleansing the statue is the key, right? It prevents you from getting into the minigame phase. So the first thing that we did differently was we actually didn't stun right away. So we held stun here after this first wave skill, which is what we call it. Then I stunned, and then we had our bishop cleanse. So she didn't cleanse right away. She cleansed right here. She's on the statue, and we stunned, DPS'd, cleansed. And then we immediately called for charge, shell, everything like that. We know charge is coming, the enrage skill. So we got out of there. Still had a death, but not a big deal. So, I mean, we could have done even better this time, but this allowed us, you can see the butterflies on the screen. And the one thing that we learned was we had her cleanse immediately right after this. So the skill rotation goes wave, crescent wave there, charge and rage, crescent wave again. So we missed this one. We were supposed to get a dragon there, but because she died, we didn't get enough DPS and we didn't get the cleanse right away. But this next rotation, watch this. This is the ideal after this minigame. The ideal skills is what we're going to see here. And watch when she cleanses and watch when we stun. That is the most important thing. She's not just cleansing whenever she wants. She's not just standing immediately on the statue and cleansing right at the start. That's not a cleanse right there. That is just the animation that happens every time you get through minigame. So she's actually not on it. And there, she starts cleansing right here. Because look how many butterflies are on the page, on the map. Cleansed right there, perfectly right on the crescent. Charge and rage is coming. And this is after 3 minutes. So the 7-minute timer, we have a ton of bursts coming up here. So we're pumping, bursting through everything. So we can see all the butterflies on the screen again. She's going to cleanse right here immediately after. And then we're going to stun right here. So I stun right there, allowing us for the guarantee cleanse. She did it right there. Allows for more DPS. So she's DPSing. And that stun timing is huge, allowing us to get into this, to get that cleanse for one without getting interrupted, but also allowing us to get into this next dragon phase. So it's going to be crescent wave here, which is what we want, and then dragon. So this dragon is what we want to get through. We want to see this dragon. This is how the rotation should be if we cleanse properly, right? And we synchroed through that, so I was able to DPS. And then I don't think she gets this cleanse. So if she went to the left platform, the left statue, we probably could have cleansed right through this and skipped this minigame. That would have been ideal, something we could have learned, but we actually could have skipped this minigame right here if she went to the left statue. But we want to ideally do enough damage to get 3 cleanses and get the full skill rotation of Lucide and skip this minigame ultimately. So we actually could do it. Not a lot of teams DPS-wise can do it, which is what makes it challenging. But that is how we were able to get such an insanely fast time compared to previous runs where we were kind of just randomly cleansing. And so here again, back onto DPS. I think I try to stun here after this wave, or I think I try to stun and I mess it up. So there's charge right there. She cleansed on that right side. You know she cleanses when it lights up green as well, right? That's the cleanse, and it cleanses all the butterflies. And I tried to stun there, I missed it, but I think someone else stunned right here. So we were able to stun again right after that charge. She cleansed right there, and it allowed us to get dragon again. So it allowed us to get dragon, basically meaning we're not going to minigame, we're not getting through that iframe, that long minigame iframe phase. We were able to DPS through this again. Dragon's going to come. She cleansed right there again. Dragon comes. We're going to DPS. We're going to get to phase 3 while the dragon's up. Perfect timing. Our cooldowns are up at that 6-minute mark. And we're going to, once this dragon's gone, we're going to burst through it and not have any issues. So the main thing that we learned that really worked for us, even we lost DPS there with through the burst, but the main thing we learned was cleanse timing and having some sort of structure to it and not just doing it randomly, and then stun timing, either after that first crescent wave and the charge or immediately after the charge so we can get that perfect cleanse. But this was an insane PR time. I could have done even better if we could have done even better with a few improvements, but this was our 3rd clear. So we ended up getting our Dreamy belts, and if you thought that Dreamy belt was mine, you're out of your mind. That was not mine. That was, of course, Edward, Truffle Lock E, got it done, got the belt. Congrats to him. Give him a shout out. First one in the world. Let's get it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.